What's going on, people of the internet? My name's Denny, or Denny Cigarette, and today I got another story for you guys. We're going to be talking about the time I did half a vial of LSD with another person. Before I want to say, like, before we get into this, yes, it was diluted. However, I reckon it was around 2.5 milligrams, not micrograms, milligrams of LSD ingested. And for the people who say you can overdose at that range, there have been people, and I'll put this up on screen. There have been people who have snorted well over 22 milligrams. There have been people who have done 10, right? Matter of fact, there was this one woman who thought she was using cocaine and ended up fucking snorting, like, powdered LSD. And I think she did, like, 40-something milligrams, and she fucking survived that. So for the doubters out there, that is what it is, you know, right? I just wanted to make that clear. I didn't come close to the LD50, but it was one hell of an experience. So, anyways, also real quick, I just wanted to once again thank you all for the recent support. I really do appreciate it. Y'all are fantastic. I mean, I've been talking to a few of you in the Discord server. By the way, you should join the Discord server, link in the description and in the pinned comment. But it's really cool to build a community like this, and I feel very honored to have you guys around and be so interested in the stories that I tell. All right, so let's jump right into this. So at the time, once again, got kicked out. I was doing a bunch of drugs. Family definitely wasn't happy about it. You know, it is what it is. Shit happens, right? But here's the thing. I was kicked out by, like, basically I did it to myself, because if I really, like, sat down, you know, they were going to put me in, they were going to get me medically detoxed and all this off Xanax and a bunch of other stuff I was doing. And if I really wanted to, I could have stayed at my house. But being the fucking dumbass that I was, I decided that it'd be better to just leave and be homeless. So that was cool. Great idea on my part. But anyways, so my friend, oh shit, what should I call him? My friend Adrian. Yeah, it's a good name, I think. Adrian let me stay at his place, right? And to this day, I'm eternally grateful to this guy. I just gotta say something real quick. I am eternally grateful for this guy. I was such an asshole back then, and I really do, like, in this story, I really do regret what I did. You know what I mean? But it is what it is, right? I mean, shit happens, you know. And would like to apologize to him one day. But if you're watching this, Adrian, and you're hearing something very similar to maybe one of your friends that stayed at your place, then hey, I'm sorry, we should talk. Regardless, so fucking basically they let me stay in the guest room. Fucking absolutely sick. I'm keep in mind my memory's very foggy here. Blacked out quite a bit, very consistently back then. I do remember little bits here and there of what happened, his place, blah blah blah, but not fully. So anyway, so I'm staying in this guest room, right? And at this point, the only fucking source of income I had back then was selling drugs. So it wasn't a bad turnaround, like, you know what I mean? But the thing is when you're spending exorbitant amounts on, like I've said before, I think in my second to newest video, I think I said that, I was spending like almost $300 a day on meth and heroin, right? So, at the end of the day, like, even if you're making so much money, like, you're not going to be able to afford, like, your drug habit, right? But anyways, it was a decent chunk of change. Like, I had some to spare, but it wasn't as much as if I just, kept it all, which really sucks, because if you really do the math behind it, I think I would have had, like, by the end of it, like 70,000-80,000 if I really just kept stacking it. But it is what it is. But anyways, so they let me stay in the guest room. Where was I? Okay, so as I was staying in this guest room, I had nothing to do, because all I'm doing is flipping shit all day. I got to know his sister a little bit, right? I think she was like 1 year younger than me. Oh, and also before I get into that, this was completely platonic. Anything happened, right? I was really young too. I want to say like 16, 15 at the time. And she was like 1 year younger than me, something like that. But everything was completely platonic. Nothing, bad happened or, sexually at all. But me and her, were starting to get along. I think we were becoming friends. We were, smoking outside all the time, just chatting because, she was off for summer and, shit knows me. I'm definitely not going to fucking summer school, especially kicked out. Fuck that shit. So, me and her, like, we would smoke a lot, this and that. But then around, I want to say like 4 or 5 days in, kind of noticed my drug use, this and that, half the time, like, wasn't very coherent and, would stumble around the house, blah, blah, blah. And she would try to help me out, leave me back to my room, make sure I'd fall asleep, not on the fucking couch or not on the floor one time. And this one time though, I kind of brought up the idea like, hey, I had liquid LSD. Would you like to try this? She said that she's only done acid. I believe, I don't really remember if she'd never done it or did do it. And this is the part that really fucks with me, and like I'm really ashamed of, because I was just like, okay, well, I've got this vial here, and I don't remember if she had never done it or had done it. I can't say, but if she hasn't done it, I'm fucked up for doing this. But that's how drugs are. I'm not gonna fucking sit here and sugarcoat, how like, oh, I was such a good person. You know what I mean? Like, I would never do something wrong. That's just not how this is. That wouldn't be me being authentic. And like I said, I like to treat this as a diary, But, so I brought up the idea of LSD. She said sure, regardless if it was her first or second time doing it. She wanted to try it. So I fucking, I had come into some liquid LSD. It was about 100 drops worth. I believe it was advertised as 100 UG per drop. However, it was very diluted, in my personal opinion. It wasn't clear. It was like a brownish color, and it definitely worked. Don't get me wrong, but you have to do like 2-3 drops, right? But anyways, so I don't even remember how this went down very well, but I fucking somehow we ended up coming to the decision that doing the entire vial would be a good idea. So I don't even think I used a dropper for me. I just poured half of it under my tongue and poured the other half under hers. But I could be wrong. Like I said, I don't really remember. All I know is all of it was gone, like the 2 days after we stopped tripping. But so we're chilling there. You know what I mean? We started smoking again, this and that, and eventually, she starts saying like, hey, I'm feeling different, this and that. I'm like, she's like, what's this come up like? I tell her like the feeling in your chest you get, the kind of dissociation you feel. And she starts like rambling on about shit that I like, frankly, I don't believe was, or either I was becoming incoherent or she was, because I couldn't understand a fucking thing she was saying. And I don't think she could understand a thing I was saying. But anyways, memory kind of lapses here, but fucking I remember us on the grass a little bit, like touching the grass, because it was like, I don't know. I do remember one thing she said. She like spoke out loud, and she's like, oh, Einstein's hair. And that shit had me dead. But fucking, so I don't know. It's kind of hard. So I fucking I went into, I believe I was in her room on the fucking floor, like slumped out. Cause I mean, regardless of how much LSD you take, having like 5-6 Xans in you at a time is just like, you're not going to feel much. Right. And I think that was kind of my experience, more than hers. Just because, like, I'm gonna be real, like, I had some mild hallucinations, but it was fucking nothing, you know what I mean? And as everyone knows, like, all benzos are trip killers, is that not totally, but they definitely dampen the experience, through, the GABA A receptor and increasing the modulation of GABA, blah, blah, blah. So I didn't really experience much. However, she seemed like she had definitely experienced a lot, this and that. So anyways, I ended up just sitting in the fucking corner of her room, and I put a blindfold on to try and, like, get some closed eye visuals going, and I just ended up fucking falling asleep. So I have no idea what else fucking happened. Anyways, I wake up in the middle of the night. She's fucking shoving me awake. She's like, hey, you know, my dad's about to come in, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, oh, fuck. I jump up, and she's like, just go grab the dehumidifier. And I went to go reach for it in the closet. He comes in. He's like, hey. And I'm pretty sure what he thought was going on was I was fucking, like, you know, like, sleeping with her or something. Even though, like, I honestly think it would be worse if he knew that I was just passed out on drugs in his house. I'd much rather him think I was sleeping with his daughter than fucking pass out on drugs, you know, in general, or just using drugs in his house in general. But anyways, I faked like I was getting the dehumidifier for her. He lets me leave. I hear a little bit of yelling. Once again, I'm not totally aware of what they said because of how blacked out I was. But anyways, yeah, I mean, that's basically the story. At the end of the day, I don't remember much, but it's just weird to think about. You know, it's something not cool. But you don't hear people a lot say, like, hey, we fucking finished a vial of acid in a day. You know, like, you don't really hear that. So, I mean, I thought it was I think it's an interesting story. At least, like, I don't know what you call that. But, like, I think you guys get what I'm saying. Like, it's just a cool thing to say. Like, maybe a flex is a good word for it. I don't know. But fucking, yeah, I mean, that's the story. I'm going to go into more of Adrian's house and what happened there in a little bit, and why I'd like to apologize to him. But, you know, it is what it is. But anyways, I hope y'all have a good day. Once again, please fucking, you know, come on the Discord, meet a lot of cool people, right? And please drop as many, if you can, if you feel like it, you know, watch all my videos, like them. I'd appreciate you. And if you're new around here, please drop a sub. But anyways, I hope y'all have a good day. All right, deuces.